me about a house. How many bedrooms? How many square feet? What are we thinking?
I mean, I don't need anything, crazy spacious, but I definitely do want a big enough home where everybody can have their own, individual selves and space to feel comfortable. So just depending on lifestyle and family, at least 3 to 4 bedrooms for sure, 2 full baths, because God forbid there's more than one girl in the house. That'll be drama. And definitely like a big backyard. So at least 5 acres, to roam on is what I aspire to have. And then square footage on a house, I really don't even know how to like scale something like that. I don't like 4,000 to 5,000 square feet, maybe.
Okay. What you described sounds close to that.
Like that, if I
see, I'm so curious what types of...
What is the ideal age for a guy that you are looking to be with?
So I just turned 27, so like 3 years older than that. So I would say between like 30.
I wish we need relationship background for people that are on here. Because like, if you've never been in a relationship before, you've never dated anybody before, your answer is going to be a lot different than if you've got some experience. I wish there was like more info given on the women.
31, maybe 32, just depending on like when their birthday is.
So I'm 27, and I would say I would want them to be older. So like my like range that I look for is 28 to 35.
I think anyone within 3 to 5 years either way, but probably older. Yeah,
Okay, so maybe 33,
potentially.
if you had to choose.
There's a lot of mature, and this is just recently, there's a lot of mature people at the end of their 20s who I think I have good chemistry with, so I wouldn't like, and then there's people in their 30s, even in their early 30s, who act like they're so like, they got a bum knee and stuff, and I'm like, okay, but like, I don't feel broken yet. You can't go for a run with me? Just like go down a weight at the gym. I don't get it. So I don't know, it's hard.
Okay, do we want to go somewhere in the middle, maybe 30?
Yeah.
Okay, 30, we'll
Yeah.
just go with your age.
I really like 28 to 36 max, or like 37 max. Like not in the 40s, like still in the 30s, because I feel like they've matured. They kind of have gotten settled in their careers. They know what they want. They're not really looking. There's less of a chance that you'll find somebody who like is just looking to play games.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm gonna be 24 in November.
Okay,
Jesus.
okay.
So
you're
I'm
basically
pretty
20.
young.
By the time this video comes out, you'll be 24.
Okay.
So if we have to pick one age, you said between 28 and 36. What did we say, like 32?
Yeah, I would say 30. No, probably like 30 is perfect to meet them, and then we can get married when they're like 32.
I feel like the bracket that I'm normally looking at, or the roster, I guess, I don't know, between like 29 and like, I don't know, 37, 38, I guess, because I just feel like all guys that are honestly between 24 to 28, they don't really want anything serious at all.
I would say 27.
Okay, and how old are you?
23.
I would have to say the person that I would marry right now would probably have to be between 32 and maybe 43.
Okay.
Between like 30 and 40s. Yeah, I'm 28. So I feel like the person I'm with needs to be a lot more mature than me.
Okay. So do we want to go like 37? Just to
Yeah,
go somewhere
I would
in the middle?
definitely be with a 37-year-old.
Okay. So
For
we'll
sure.
take that as the number.
Okay.
Thinking of your future, what percent of the
I also, well, I guess that's obvious. I was gonna say, I don't think these age answers, I don't believe these at all. I think the age answers are proxies for probably other characteristics. Maturity is probably a big one, and career development is probably a big one. It's probably what they're going for when they're talking ages here. Because if they met like a 24-year-old dude that's super had his shit together, was like well established at a job and everything, it's probably more, they'd be fine with it. I don't think they care. Or if they met like a 38-year-old dude who was like some immature fucking guy that played NBA 2K all day or some shit, they're probably not gonna care.
family income do you personally want to contribute? Like, do you want to be the breadwinner? Do you want...
I'm also super curious though what these backgrounds are for their families too, because if these girls are coming out of homes where they're like in upper middle class homes then that's also going to influence their answers quite a bit too.
Contribute 50-50? Do you want to be a stay-at-home wife or mom?
I would be comfortable contributing 50-50.
Would you say older men are more confident too? That's the stereotype, but it's not always true, right? You can find a lot of older guys that are f***ing losers, so it depends on a lot.
But I would prefer that it be more so like 40-50.
Okay.
Like me
40-60? Like you,
Yeah.
the 40, them the 60?
Yes.
I'd be okay with. You know, I never thought of this. I don't know. These weren't the things that I fixated on the most when I envisioned my partner. But if I had to throw it out there, like maybe half or a little under half.
Okay.
I'm probably.
We'll go 50-50 top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is the question what
So
they want the
I
division of income to be?
personally, I would not mind contributing like majority, but I would say no more than 70% of household income.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I really want to be a stay-at-home mom. So like, if that doesn't work out with the person I'm with, then it doesn't work out. But that is like how I picture myself as a mom and a wife. So I guess I wouldn't be contributing financially.
I don't want any of my income to be needed in the family. I want the man to be 100% the supporter, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to work and I'm not going to have my own business or whatever.
But you would want the family to be able to live solely off of your
yes,
husband's income.
100% solely off of my husband. I don't want me to have to use my income at all, but that's not because I'm not going to be working or I'm not going to have my own stuff going on. It's just because I want the freedom to be able to take care of my kids for the first 7 years of their life. I want to be a stay-at-home mom and be with them basically 24/7. I think that's important in the family structure, so that's pretty much the only reason
Don't know
why.
what this
Okay,
answer
so you
is
would
at
you
all.
would choose stay-at-home mom. So 0% we'll say.
Yes.
Okay.
I think 50-50 is definitely acceptable, and that's what I'd enjoy. I wouldn't enjoy feeling like someone has to take care of me. I don't like relying on people or men or really anyone for money. I think that's totally just...
Keep in mind, if you're a red pillar in chat and a woman is answering less than 50-50, that should make you happy because those are the types of relationships that you want. So every girl like this one that's saying 50-50 and all of that, you guys hate women like that. Remember that. Don't lose the plot, okay? Because those women are masculine. Those women are working jobs. They're too independent. You want the women that are saying 0 to 100. That's the rhetoric that you put out. That's the mentality you have. Those are the women you're looking for. So if that's offending you or that's bothering you, then you're more feminist than you want to admit, okay? Don't lose the plot.
unacceptable. That's just how I was raised.
If I'm painting a picture, if it's my ideal life, I would love to just be a stay-at-home wife with some hobbies and, raising a family, because that's just the way I grew up. I had a stay-at-home mom, and it was just a really good environment to have.
Okay, so ideally that's what you would want.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about your ideal lifestyle. Okay. So thinking about a house, how many bedrooms, how many square feet, what are we thinking?
I don't need anything, crazy spacious, but I definitely do want a big enough home where everybody can have their own, individual selves and space to feel comfortable. So just depending on lifestyle and family, at least 3 to 4 bedrooms for sure, 2 full baths, because God forbid there's more than one girl in the house. That'll be drama. And definitely a big backyard. So at least 5 acres, to roam on is what I aspire to have. And then square footage on a house, I really don't even know how to scale something like that. I don't 4,000 to 5,000 square feet, maybe.
Okay. What you described sounds close to that.
If I
see, I'm so curious what types of houses these people come from. A 5,000 square foot house that's huge. What is the square footage of my house in Nebraska? Hold on. My house in Nebraska is 1,500 square feet. 5,000 square feet. Jesus Christ. Yeah, she wants 5 acres. Yeah, I guess if you're dreaming, dream big.
need to go bigger, obviously, we'll go bigger. That's no question. But just a nice, comfortable size home.
Okay, and then how many kids do you want?
2 to 3. If I,
Okay.
2 boys and a girl would be ideal.
Okay, and what about a car? I know you like cars.
Yeah, if it could be anything, if it's my dream, it'd probably be a Pagani BC, which is like a hypercar, but
I don't even know what that is.
oh my gosh,
idea
they're
what that
so
is.
sexy. So that would be,
How much is that car?
I don't even know, probably at least like 1.5 mil for sure.
Oh my
at
Jesus.
least. I don't
Okay,
even
so
know.
what about not the dream car, but
something more realistic that I would
yeah.
get?
just to give us a ballpark, like a kind of range.
Maybe like some sort of like F12 Ferrari, like an A12 super fast would be super cool.
Okay, this girl's from like an either upper middle class or upper class, like very wealthy family. Okay. See, I wish they would say things like this because it would contextualize a lot of their answers, right? So if a girl was from a family like that and you're like, oh, what kind of income are you looking for a guy? And she's like, oh, probably like 200, 300, 400K on the lower end. That actually makes sense because it sounds like she's coming from a ton of money. She's probably not going to be dating guys looking for guys that are making 50, 60, 70,000 a year. That makes sense, right? Depending on the household you're coming from. Like these are people that live like in gated communities with like security guards out front that like check IDs and shit. Like these people are very, very, very wealthy,
Or maybe like a 458.
Okay. How much are those?
It just sucks because I know there are like incel red pillars that take videos like this and like, oh look, the average woman wants a guy earning $500,000 a year, and it's like, no, these women sound like they're coming from families where like doctors are considered like lower class. Okay, we're like, oh, you're a doctor, that's cute. Are you like a brain surgeon or a doctor that actually makes real money? Or are you like a GP, like a loser, right? Like these are people coming from huge wealthy backgrounds, like.
Ideal.
When she's talking about the house she wants, she's talking about like one of the 5 houses that she'll inherit when her parents die, okay?
No, those are probably depending like 300,000 to 525K, just depending.
When girls are talking about cars that you've never heard of, that's when you know you're in a whole other fucking area of life, okay?
On what you go with, and
She's a car girl.
love them.
All right, and then what about vacation? How important is travel to you? Like international, what are we thinking?
So I've not done any crazy international travels personally, but I'm always open to exploring, and I love the oceans. So like French Polynesian Islands would be super cool to vacay for a little while, or I don't even know, Australia. Something
So it's
like
something
that.
you'd like to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a huge priority for me, but it's definitely something that is on the list.
The car is more important than the vacation.
Yeah.
So if I was a stay-at-home mom, it would be because we're financially okay without me working. And like if we were in a position where that wasn't the case, then I would 100% work and like be fine with that. But I want to have like 3 kids, so you'd have to have a bigger house for that. So I don't even know because I've never owned a home. Maybe like, I don't know what's normal. Like is 3,000 square feet normal? That might be big.
Yeah, would you say like 4 bedrooms? Like
Yeah.
4-bedroom home, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what about like cars? Would you want to drive a luxury car? Or do you not really care about that?
I don't care about cars. I know a lot of people do. Like I drive a Mazda and I'm like perfectly happy with it. So that's not a big thing to me.
Okay, and then what about vacations? Would you want to travel internationally, things like that?
Yes, I love traveling. Like I think experiences are like the most like invaluable thing in life. So I would love to be able to travel domestically and internationally.
How many square feet would your house be?
Oh, minimum 23.
Okay.
2,300
All
square
right,
feet.
she knows. And how many kids?
So that kind of depends on the person. I would be okay with none. And also, like, it just depends on their value.
What? 2,300 square feet? What a weird number to just have in mind. It must be like the size of her childhood house or something, I imagine. Something she just like specifically.
I would say, ideally, though, my max would be 4.
Okay. What about a car?
I want a car where it's nice and it stays nice. I know ideally if you have kids, that's not going to happen. But I would like, personally for me, an SUV, Cadillac Escalade, the OG like mom car of like, well, back in the day, I would say.
Okay. And then what about vacations? Do you want to travel internationally? Is travel important to you?
Yes, travel internationally. I would love to go to Maldives, more tropical environments.
Okay, describe your ideal lifestyle. So house, what's your house? How many square feet?
Shoot, like I never even thought of this.
Okay, what about how many kids do you want?
I thought in terms of like family, this guy's got to be funny. We need to have inside jokes, like Kids, probably if we're financially able to, like maybe 3 kids.
Okay, 3 kids, so maybe like 4-bedroom house?
Sure.
Okay,
yeah.
and what about car? Do you care about a car?
I like my Jeep.
Okay. What about vacations? Do you want to travel internationally? Is that important to you?
I feel like vacations is where I kind of would like to be financially stable enough to do fun things like that, and yeah.
I don't care about the square footage of the house. I just want it to have enough space for me and however many kids we have. If we have 1 kid, we can just have 1 bedroom for them, like an extra bedroom, so a 2-bedroom house. If I have 5 kids, then I want to have a 5-bedroom house, or a 6-bedroom house, because we need a bedroom.
So I'll ask you then, how many kids do you want, like ideally?
I want 2 kids.
Okay.
Ideally.
So we'll base the house off the 2 kids. So you would want like a 3-bedroom, right?
I would want 3-bedroom, yeah. Maybe like an office added, but I don't care about any luxury finishes or whatever. I would want it to be nice. I don't really care about like a swimming pool or anything crazy like that. It doesn't matter if we're super wealthy. I still would want to like be within our means,
Okay.
like within our needs.
Okay. What about a car? Do you care about the car?
I do kind of care about cars. I do like luxury cars. I think they're nice and I think they're sexy. But again, I would never go above, I would never want to be struggling because we're paying a crazy car payment. It's only if we had enough money that we could afford a luxury car. And even then, like, I wouldn't want like a Lamborghini. I like BMW and Mercedes just because they look nice. But I would get like just a nice car that I could drive my kids around, and then my man can drive whatever car he wants. I would definitely like a luxury car.
Okay, so ideally you would like a luxury car. What about vacations? Like, do you want to travel internationally? Is travel important to you?
Travel is very important to me. It was ingrained into the way that I grew up. Like, I've been traveling. I've been to like 10 countries. I love traveling, so I want to keep that up.
Okay.
Job that I have, or the job that my husband has, is going to be some sort of income that is not based off of them working, if that makes sense. Like, I would want my husband to own a business. I would own a business, and it would be able to run or function without us, and we should be able to never have to we'll always be retired, or we're never retired. Either one.
So like passive income, I guess, is what that is.
Yeah, I would want to be, that is a goal, yes, just to get to passive income.
I'm gonna go with like, I feel like 21 to 2,200 square feet.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Jeez.
How many kids do you want?
Well, I haven't had one yet, so I don't really know what that pain endurance is really gonna be like.
Based.
So for right now, I'm gonna stick with 2. I'll say that, and probably about like 5 bedrooms in the house. You always have to have an extra bedroom, and then the walk-in closet has to be in my bedroom.
All right, that might be a little more than 2,000 square feet. What about a car? Do you need a luxury car? What, like, are you okay with regular car?
No, I'm not okay with a regular car. I'm not at all. I love cars. I feel like when you get into it every morning, or you're getting out of work, or you're getting out of work going to your car, it's something that you look at and you're like, damn, like, I'm happy I'm working for something good, and that makes me feel good. It makes me happy. So I enjoy having a nice car.
Okay.
I had a Mercedes that I really enjoyed. And then I've had Volkswagens, and I have one now, and I love Volkswagens, so I say those top 2 are good. Acuras are cool, but definitely Mercedes and Volkswagen. I feel like those are my top tier faves.
Okay. What about
Faves.
vacation? Do you want to travel internationally? How important is travel to you?
Well, let me tell you, extremely important. I would like to travel to Fiji, like, really badly. I'd love to go to Italy. I'd love to go to, Tuscany,
All right.
Greece.
Big vacays, all right.
Big vacays. They go on and on and on.
So how many kids do you want? You have one right now, correct?
Yes. So I have one child. I like to have one child. I'm enjoying this. Don't feel like I'm ready for another kid just because I still view myself as a young person, and I feel like children can be limiting in a lot of ways, especially since I am single. But if I had a partner, I think I would like to have 1 to 2 more children, so 3 altogether.
Okay.
By the time I'm 32. Like once I turn 32, I think I'm cool. Like I'm gonna be comfortable with my one child for the rest of my time here.
Okay. So if you did have more kids, you would want them to be before you turn 32.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So now thinking about, okay, we'll just say maybe you want 3 kids. We'll go with that for the number. How many square feet would your house be? How many bedrooms would it be? Ideally.
If I had 3 children though, I would definitely want at least 5 bedrooms. Because if I had family members that wanted to
Jesus.
stay over, I could put
Just need
them
all
in
these
that
extra
room, and then I
bedrooms.
could have like another room for a different purpose, like an office space or, a computer room.
Right. And then what about a car? Like, are you a luxury car type of gal? Do you not care about the car?
So I'm practical with cars. I feel like I drive so much and I have a child. So my car needs to accommodate my lifestyle. However, I would definitely have like a car that I would use day to day. And then I would probably have like a more luxurious car that I would use recreationally, alone or like with my mans. So, and I wouldn't have like a modern sports car. Like my luxury car would be like an old Grand National or something like that, like pimped out.
Perfect. And then what about vacation? How important is travel to you? Like international travel? Is it something you prioritize?
Yeah, travel's actually really big to me. I like to go different places and experience different cultures and foods. I think that it's really nice to do that with my daughter as well. It kind of shows her something different than what she's used to day to day. So
Keeping all these things in mind, what you would like your ideal life to look like, what would you want his income to be? If you're going to be a stay-at-home mom, like what kind of range would his income be?
That's tough because I feel like I would have to like break down like how much it actually like costs to have kids and like travel and the house and all that, and I don't really know, but I think for me to be comfortable like staying at home and not working, like I feel like this is gonna sound bad. I feel like 300,000. Like I guess if they made less than that, I feel like we wouldn't have the lifestyle I wanted, so I would work.
Right. But you're talking ideal lifestyle. Like
Yeah,
this is your
yeah.
dream life, 300K for you to be able to
I think so.
be a stay-at-home mom
And
not
have
to
3
worry
kids
about it.
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like life's expensive.
I would just like to preface this as saying this is not do or die. But based on where I'm at, if he makes between like anywhere from 70 to 100K.
I would have
Jesus.
to say 127.
Why does this woman have the most specific answers?
Ideally, like if they're in an industry where they do have longevity and they know like, hey, every single year I'm gonna get a raise between like 3 to 5%, which just depends. Like I would be comfortable with that.
$500,000? Is that bad? I know that 1% of men make $500,000 or like
That's like, you're at like 0.01, or no, not 0.01. You're probably at like 0.2% of men or something. That'd be my guess. Maybe 0.4%.
less than 1% of men or something.
I'd say probably 150 to $250,000 a year. It's my guess.
Okay. And you would contribute also 50-50,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
You'd be willing to do up to 50.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So keeping all of this in mind, we just painted your ideal life.
Yeah.
For the 27-year-old man, what would his
work so hard.
income ideally be? Like have to
What would
be
it have to be?
to support this life?
Which is so funny because I saw this video the other day where it was saying like, if your wife can spend more than you make, like you need to make more money. So it really just depends. But I mean, just to have like a really decent lifestyle and be supported well, like 150 maybe to 250,000 a year would be comfortable for sure. The more the merrier, but that'd be comfortable.
I was just having this conversation with my friend, and she was like, you have to manifest a husband, girl. Like, you have to really think about the lifestyle that you want to live when it comes down to vacations and how many kids you want to have. And just like the lifestyle that you want to have. And I feel like ideally my husband needs to be making like 650,000.
Jesus.
I feel like there's beauty and growth getting to that point.
Okay.
You know, because at the end of the day, I'm going to contribute, you know, more than what I'm contributing now.
Yeah.
No, but ideally, I would want someone to be able to match my hustle. So like, if I'm making this much
what are
and
you
I have
making
this
right now?
lifestyle, this person cannot have a lesser lifestyle than me. Otherwise, it is not going to work out.
Yeah.
So
you said you would want to contribute 40% max. So
Right.
if they're making 650, that would mean you would be making 400,000.
and that sounds great to me, unless I could be making more.
Okay.
I wonder if these people have just not had jobs before. I'm so curious because it feels like they just have no concept of like how much money they're talking about. I wonder how many of these people haven't worked.
What do you think is the median income for age 31?
As of right now, I think it's probably like between mid 50s, maybe 60.
It's $45,000. Yeah. What do you think
Wait, what did?
It's
Mid,
is the median income for age 31?
as of right now, I think it's probably like between mid 50s, maybe 60.
Oh,
It's $45,000. Yeah. What do you think the top 25% of men are making at 31?
I think it's probably my
80,000.
range of like that mid, like maybe like 57.
70.
70,000.
Oh, okay.
Top 10% of men
I'd say
at
90.
31.
90.
111, you're close. Okay. And then what about the top 1% of men?
Ooh, I would say 120.
252.
Wow. Okay, that
Top
jumps
1%.
pretty high.
So you're asking 127 is closest to the top 10% of men. So I would say it's probably top 5% at 31 if I had to guess. So only the top 5% of men at 31 are making $127,000.
That's insane. That is crazy.
But it's kind of crazy because over 70% of men never make 100,000 even one time in their life. 70% of men. So that means only 30% of men are, well, actually 23, last year in 2021, only 23.4% of the male workforce made $100,000. And that's factoring in all ages, not just, guys under 32 or whatever it is. You assume most of them are a little bit older.
Right, are making, oh my gosh.
I don't know, maybe 80.
It's actually 41,000.
You're lying.
For a 27-year-old.
I just feel like everything is so expensive nowadays. Like, I guess that's fine. No worries. Cut it in half.
41,000. That's
Shorty will bring it home.
That's the median. And then what do you
Yeah.
think the top 25% of men at 27 make?
I guess that's it. Let's change up the perspective. Maybe 60K.
61. Yep,
Okay.
close. And then what about the top 10%?
Top 10. 75.
See, okay, hold on. Yeah, like you guys, the red pill. I have to like correct so much here. Someone on YouTube channel is like, Instagram got these girls tripping. Ha 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 ha. No. Either you come from a really preppy community, you don't realize it, or you just have never met another human being in your life. These people are all like very clearly upper class people, right? Like the black woman earlier who said she has one daughter said was that the one who said she traveled to 10 countries, or like she wants to travel a lot, or she's traveled a ton? Like, these people these people are naming countries that they want to visit that I've never heard of before. Okay. Or like one girl's like, oh yeah, what do I want for a car? Well, I either want like the Jaguar, like F12X type. And it's like, I don't know. I've never heard of this car in my life. Like these people are all like very rich. These people all come from ultra wealthy fucking families. Okay. These are not like normal people. It's like, oh yeah, like I go to Walmart and I work my job and I come home and I'm looking for a guy that's making $600K a year. Like, these are people whose parents were probably fucking retired like halfway into their high school life, okay? Like, your argument is based on a massive assumption. I don't know what to tell you, Chief. Good luck in life, okay? So you have to keep in mind that you learn geography from Omaha and Wiki. Shut the fuck up about country names. Pretty sure I've been to more countries than your entire family will ever go to for the rest of your lives already. Okay, stay mad, poor. All right, that's right. So keep in mind that you're already dealing with people that are coming from very wealthy backgrounds, and then they're being asked, what is your ideal relationship? So you're getting like the top of the top here for what these people are like requesting.
91. Okay, so
Okay.
you're under there. And then what do you think the top 1%ers at 27 are making?
Oof, like 200K.
Spot on.
Yeah.
203.
Yeah, awesome.
Yep. So you want a 1% man at 27.
It seems like that's all we want nowadays with these 1%ers.
Median income never eclipses 65,000 regardless of age. So 70 to 100 is above the median.
Well, somebody's gonna have a sugar mama.
Not 300,000. I mean, the median, I'm gonna guess like, I don't know, is it like 80?
It's $48,000 for 32.
Okay.
Yeah, and even at
That's
the
crazy.
even at the top 35, which was the end of your range.
Yeah.
The median is $52,776.
So my expectations are not realistic.
So you said you want 500K, but what do you think the median income is for a 30-year-old?
60K, 70K, 50K.
It is $45,000.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, that's the median. Now, what would you guess if you had the top 25% of men or people at age 30?
Well, if that's the medium, then the top 25, like 60?
73. And then what about the top 10% of men?
100?
Close, 108. What about the top 1%? Top 1% of men at 30.
Well, I thought it was 500,000, but you said no, so 400,000.
338. Yeah, so let's see.
I mean, 338 is still okay.
For a 32-year-old, what do you think the median income is for this age specifically?
For a 42-year-old?
32-year-old.
32-year-old.
The age that you chose.
I'm gonna go with probably like 85K a year.
It's $48,000. The top 25% of men, guess how much that is at 32?
Wait, say that once more.
The top 25% at 32 years old.
I don't know. Now I'm even nervous to answer the question. I guess like maybe 125.
77. Top 10% is 120. And the 1%ers at 32, 1%, this is men and women. 1% at 32, 320,000.
I think it's 250,000.
It's 52,000.
What? No, it's not.
252,000?
Damn, America.
Did she say the median was 250,000? Yeah, like this person, she just must not have never worked before. That's the only thing I can think of.
And then guess how much the top 25% is at 35? These are the top 25% of earners.
It's 50,000 is the average income of a 37-year-old man.
And then what's the top 25% of a 37-year-old? If you had to guess.
Why are people saying, how does she have a child? Like that means she worked. Why do you guys think that? I don't know why people in Czech are saying that. Well, she has a child. Well, that doesn't mean she's worked before.
The top 25% of a 37-year-old man? Dang, maybe it's 200,000.
86.
What? No, it's not.
The top 10% is 137,000. The top 1% of earners at 37 years old, top 1%ers.
Right.
Like we're talking 1%, 304,000. Still not 650. Do you think that your standards are unrealistic? Do you think it's realistic? Like what do you think after hearing the median and the statistics around it? Like what are your initial thoughts?
It definitely is shocking because a 37-year-old man is a lot older than me. And that means that I don't even know how to process this right now.
And the median income never eclipses $65,000 regardless of the age.
How could she take care of her child without ever having a job? I don't know if I'm like, I either have like the magical prep eye because I went to a prep school and I know what rich people look like, or I'm just like using like post hoc rationale. But like, this person looks like they come from money. Am I crazy? This person does not look like a single mom that's working 2 jobs. Like, she's clean as fuck. She's got a nice outfit. Her hair is very well done. Her makeup is like professionally applied. No weird marks on her face. Probably has perfect teeth if I go back to tongue. Like, this is a wealthy person from a wealthy family. This is not like a single mom working in the projects or like or somebody struggling to make ends meet. All of these women look very, very, very well, and they don't look I don't want to say, I feel I'm hanging out in black communities too much, and now the words can you call white people ratchet, or is that only black women? Or like busted, that's a word. Like, these women don't look like busted women, they just have like nice makeup on or something. These women don't look like you know, oh, ew, whatever, like she's cleaned up for a video, right? These women, they look like they come from like, their outfits are nice, they've got nice jewelry, all of their teeth are perfect, there's no scars or weird marks on their faces, they've all got like cute glasses, their hair all looks really nice, so like, these people all look like they come from really, really, really good, really wealthy families. So when you say like, oh, well, she's a single mom, how's she not working? She probably lives with her family, they probably take care of her and the kid. That's my guess. Yeah, like these people could, almost all of these people that I'm seeing could be like fucking models. Except for this girl who's base as fuck. No, even this girl looks like really like pretty. But I either have like the prep eye because I went to a prep school and I know what all these rich fucks look like, or maybe I'm just like post hoc rationalizing it and anybody can clean up well. I don't know. I would have assumed child support carried her through. You guys don't know what child support is because you're in red pill communities, and you think that a woman getting child support is like living like in a fucking mansion. They're like, oh, child support? What's that? Probably like $4,000 or $5,000 a month. Like, bro, like if you've got a fucking baby daddy working at fucking a gas station, child support is gonna be like $500 a month, maybe, if that, maybe. Like, child support is not like, you know, your fucking $10,000 paycheck every month. And that's if they're paying, okay? There's no guarantee you're even getting child support, okay? Especially if the dad walked out before the child was born. There's no guarantee there. So, yeah, you guys are in a wild world. You're like, oh, she's not working probably because she's on child support. What are you talking about? Like, average child support is $400 a month. Yeah, gotcha. Poor women can spend ludicrous amounts of money on clothes and makeup. Yeah, but poor women in your dumb clothes that you buy don't look like wealthy people. They just, I don't know how to explain it. I know this because me and Chris would make fun of them all the time, but you can tell immediately when you're in like a prep school environment, you can just tell by looking at the people. They're just different. They're like, everything's just like perfect about like wealthy people. They've all got perfect teeth. All of them had braces. They all wear nice glasses. None of them have weird like scars or marks or fucking shit on their face. All of them, their bodies look like clean and pristine and perfect, and their clothes are all very nice. Not nice like they went fucking shopping at the mall and picked out like the trendiest. They're just a different breed of people. They just look. I don't know how to explain it, but like, you can buy nice clothes and step into that environment and still feel like an outsider. It's just a totally different breed of people in terms of their entire lives. I don't know how else to explain it, but like, yeah, the way they speak is different. The way they carry themselves is different. Like, everything is just.
I don't even know how to process this right now.
And the median income never eclipses $65,000 regardless of the age.
Wow.
So, yeah, the median income for even a 75-year-old, 16 to 75, never eclipses $65,000. And then over 70% of men never make $100K even once in their lifetime. Over 70%. In 2021, only 23.4%.
When you say wealthy, what income bracket are we talking? Damn. For my prep school, I felt like the norm was like these people just have money. They don't work. It's not that they work for it. It's not like, oh, like in those environments, because the houses that I went to, lawyers wouldn't be able to afford. It was they're from money. They're all from money. And also, this is just my private school experience. This might not be everybody's, by the way. Maybe I could be stereotyping. But like when I would go and visit these people, like it's not like, oh, like my parents are hardworking lawyers and we bought this. It's like, even if both of your parents are lawyers, you can't afford this shit. No fucking way. Like they're just from money. They had money. Their parents' had money. Maybe they inherited the house. They've got a ton of random passive income from shit. It's not like they're doing a ton of like W-2 earning and now they've worked really hard. Not to say that they don't work hard, by the way. Like I'm sure the families all still work hard. Like the parents make sure the kids do well in school. The kids did well in school. Like, yeah, they're not like lazy. I don't mean to say that. But they own like businesses and shit, right? It's the difference between like a lawyer and somebody who like inherited like a practice, or like a dentist versus somebody that owns like a dental like office or their own dental practice, or like stuff like that. Yeah, they're just like different. They're different people. It's so different. I don't know.
Of the male workforce made 100,000, and that's all ages. So you have to assume a lot of.
I went to Mount Michael, and they were usually 250 to 400K, but their moms had decent jobs too. Oh Jesus, Mount Michael. We always called you guys the gay ones so that we could cope, because prep was an all boys school, but Mount Michael was an all boys boarding school. So anytime the other kids wanted to call us gay, we could go, well, listen, we might be Creighton Prep, but at least we're not the Mount Michael kids, okay? You guys were our gay punching bags. Not that you were gay. I don't even mean to say that, but like, yeah, geez. Hell yeah, you did. Limfeo. Yeah, nobody was more insecure about their closeted homosexuality than prep kids, but hey, you know, it's high school. What are you gonna do? Destiny is reaching. He doesn't know their background. How am I lost? Yeah, I could be wrong on all of it. You know, take everything I say with a grain of salt. Maybe I'm literally wrong about everything. Okay.
them are older, above 40, 50, 60s. Why do you think, what do you think makes women feel like they want that? Like, what is causing women to want the 1%ers?
I think a lot of it is.
So now I don't like this Courtney Ryan lady as much now. Because now her questions and everything are triggering me more. Because she's actually, and I wonder if she's doing this intentionally, she's feeding into this stupid notion that an average woman is like, oh yeah, I want a guy earning $650K a year. I don't think the average woman would say that. These are top 1%ers that are saying, what would you want to be in a relationship with ideally? And then they're giving you top 1%ers. Like, yeah, no shit, right? If I were to go back to my private high school, any private school, like, oh, what kind of guy are you looking for? All of them are going to say doctors, lawyers, somebody earning $250,000 a year at least, of course. But like, that's their families, that's their siblings. That's like, yeah, of course they would want that. I feel like she's baiting this red pill shit really, really, really hard. I don't know if this is like a psyop or what, but...
like social media hype and just this grand idea of what's obtainable nowadays, which it totally is, but you have to work for it. And that's why it's 1% and not everybody's doing it. So it's not bad to want that, but you have to surround yourself with those types of people. So
wouldn't the average person say this in their dream scenario? I don't know. Fuck. I'll ask Rachel sometime next time I'm over. Because I would be shocked if Rachel ever said, if I was like, what would like your ideal man win? And she'd be like, oh, probably somebody making at least $650K a year. There is no shot. I'm trying to think of any normie friend I've had in the past before streaming would ever say that. 600, that'd be like some shit they would say and then they'd laugh at how like insane that answer would be.
Honestly, for a long time, you're probably going to be in the 25%, but that's how you strive and you get better and you meet the right people. So I think they want it because it seems so obtainable based on social media.
Do you think a lot of people just don't know the statistics around it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I was a little shocked when, obviously the 1% is going to be that higher income, but...
If you ask how much money would you want for your ideal lifestyle, for me? Or...
What was the beginning, like 41?
The median is 41.
Yeah, that was shocking to me, to be honest with you.
See, and then there's people in chat that are like, that all they consume is red pill content. They have no female friends, and then they watch shit like this, and they have no female friends still. Destiny, wrong on this. Most women want high earners. Most women aren't looking for men making $500,000 a year. These people are wild outliers. Okay.
But I mean, it makes sense.
I'll tell you some other ones that are crazy too. So the median income never eclipses $65,000 regardless of the age.
What?
In 2021 alone, only 23.4% of the male workforce made 100K, and that's all ages. So you have to assume a lot of them are older too. Like
Right.
hardly any of them would be 27.
Right.
No woman is dreaming about a guy who makes 60K. No, but I think if you were to ask like the average woman, she's going to be saying things like, I want a 6-figure man. I want a guy making 100K a year. That's going to be, which is still high, but it's not going to be like, I want a guy making 650K a year or a guy making 500K a year, right? These are insanely, I think, out of the norm answers. Like 100K is still high, but it's not going to be this. This is meme tier shit.
Wow.
And there's actually only one age. From
Normal
16
women
to-
aren't okay with 60K. Can you admit that? No, a normal woman would be okay. If you make 60K a year and you're not getting any women, making 100K a year is not going to be the deal breaker for you. Something else is fucked with you. Sorry, buddy.
75, where the top 10% of men
Unless you're living in like really wealthy neighborhoods or like really wealthy parts of cities.
make 200K. If you had to guess what it is, what would you say?
34.
75 years old.
What? Yeah, bringing it home. Old ballers. That's so cool.
Would you date a 75-year-old
No.
to get the money?
No.
So where do you think these guys are at that are making this much money? Like, what do you think they're doing?
To be honest, like it's probably, I'm thinking like as someone that's in like the STEM world, they're probably in either STEM, entrepreneurship, or they are in the entertainment industry and they are the lucky few, I would think. Or they're maybe doing trades.
Okay, and what industry are you in? You're in STEM?
Yeah, I'm in STEM.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, whoa. That's impressive. So do you meet a lot of men who...
I don't believe you. Does anybody say that? Has anybody ever said I'm in STEM? Does that mean anything? What does that mean to be, I'm in STEM, my job is in STEM? It sounds like she's like a research assistant or something. Destiny, 40% of couples don't know how much their partner makes. Is that true? Jeez. Here is her Instagram. Oh. Jesus. Is she like a model, or is she just part of a wealthy family, or? Jesus. Okay, well, this is at least one down, okay? These people are not, I'm sorry, I don't know if there's gonna be like nudity on Instagram or something. These are not like normal, like, oh, this is like an average girl, like talking about what she wants or whatever. Like, clearly these are like pretty wealthy, pretty, like well-off people that are not living normal lifestyles. They might want to keep it vague for privacy reasons. Yeah, well, but it's just my issue is that, like, if they're not, like, average women, but they're presenting their opinions as, like, oh, like, this is our, this is what the average woman wants. Watching her recap of 2022. Fuck, it's not gonna let me look at this on without logging in, is it? Oh no, it is.
I blacked out
Jesus.
at brunch. I swear 16 was yesterday, but now I'm closer to 28.
Like, is she like a professional model, or what is she doing if she's doing like run, like stuff like this? Like, these are not normal people, okay? Jesus Christ, okay? Okay. All right, whatever. That's one of them.
who make this much money?
Whereabouts do they say this is the average woman destiny? I can't tell if you're being hyper retarded because you're trying to like make a point, but when the lady, the interviewer, maybe you might just be really autistic. When the interviewer is asking questions, why do you think women want these things? The implication is that these are what things that the average woman wants.
Like, do most of the men you interact with meet these requirements?
Yes, if they're older, if they're outside my age range, yes.
Where do you think these guys are at that are making this much money?
They're honestly probably just not around because they have more going for themselves than just like going out and like partying around. They're probably like strictly businessmen, you know? So I don't know. It's Starbucks at 7 a.m. in the morning. That'd be my guess at their business office.
So you said 150 to 250 would be kind of ideal. Over 70% of men never make 100K even once in their lifetime. So last year alone in 2021, only 23.4% of the male workforce made 100K. And this is like all ages, 16 to 75, like all working people. Yeah, and the majority of them, like you have to assume they're older because it's factoring in all ages. And then only one age from 16 to 75.
Wait, is there somebody else on the thing? Hold on. Who is this? Stella Stevens. Fashion model by night. Oh, yeah, geez. So the thing is, when people say they're models, I don't know what that actually means, because it could fucking mean anything. But like, these are probably women that are living. But the problem is that it doesn't help because the average, she's literally posting on a yacht. The problem is that red pillers think this is the average woman's life. Oh, this is another girl posting on a yacht. Maria DeSalvo. Like, the average red pillar thinks that, like, oh yeah, like, I already gave through my sample wake up yesterday. Like, they wake up, they post on their OnlyFans, they make an easy $10,000, $20,000 that month. They fly around the world because, like, that's what a red pillar thinks the average woman is like, you know? This girl has 10,000 followers on Instagram. Jeez. Why does every woman in Miami, no offense, okay? Why does every woman in Miami have like their own shop where they sell like clothing or perfume or whatever? Like, can you blame red pillars? That's all they see online? Well, because that's all you're showing. Like, red pillars like go out of their way to show you these types of women too, right?
At the top 10% are making 200K. If you had to guess, pick, which age do you think this is?
39.
75 years old.
Hair is obviously amazing. Oh, this is the single mom. Freelance model. And Mac Mua? I don't know what that means. Grant writer? Advanced esthetician? Like, hold on. Like, what is this dress and everything? This woman is not just like a fucking, like, eyebrow shaper. Makeup artist? She comes from money or does something else. Jesus. Sorry, she put a flower over it. Escort? Damn, I wasn't saying that. Mac is a huge makeup company. If she's a makeup artist for them, then she's huge. Okay, I gotcha.
I don't know. I don't want a raisin. I don't want a Hugh Hefner. Trust me, I'd rather just be single. Thank you, though.
Have you ever met any men that make that much money that are in the age that you're looking for?
Yeah, multiple.
And where do you typically meet them? Like online or on trips?
One I met traveling, one on a dating app, and one or two in person, like out, like going out with my friends. But there are people that do make that are younger. It's just not like the median, right?
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
So over 70% of men never make 100K in their lifetime. But last year, 23.4% of the male workforce made 100K. So that was in 2021.
Okay.
So 23.4%. Majority of those are probably older, but there probably is a small percentage that make, over 100K. But I mean, you said 300K, so that's not even anywhere close. But the median income for people never eclipses 65K, regardless of age.
That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there is like a wide range. So.
Would you marry a guy who made less money than you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, because at the end of the day, like, you can't, like, that isn't necessarily what makes me, like, attracted to a person. And just because somebody makes X amount of dollars, like, you can't force yourself, at least I can't, to like someone for that reason. So, like, if whoever I fall in love with or, like, want to be with doesn't make that, then then it is what it is.
So you'd be willing to make changes and compromises to your ideal scenario based off of hearing these statistics?
Yeah, because being in your ideal scenario but with the wrong person is gonna be miserable. So
Right, like
definitely.
if the only way you could have that is if the guy's 75 years old, like you're not choosing that.
No.
It depends. That depends because
Okay, boom. We're good.
if I'm making enough money that I can sustain the family and still be a housewife, I guess. Like I'm making enough passive income or enough, like I can take time off.
Is everyone in chat a massive incel red pill or what? Everyone is being so strange. My YouTube chat is all like red pill, brain rot people. I don't know about my DGG chat. It's probably like 20% of the way there.
Enough with my job, then I'm okay with my husband not making as much, but
only if you were, say, at making 500K yourself.
yeah, if I was making 500K, then I can make that exception, but I don't think that I could marry somebody that makes less than me.
If the amount that I was making was different, then I think, okay, so the higher the amount of money that I would make would determine like if I would be willing to marry someone that makes less than me. At the end of the day, I would stay true to who I am, and if this was a person that I really ideally liked and they were just making $50,000 and they were loyal, I would be with that person for sure.
Yeah, but as long as he doesn't have more debt than me, that's fine. Like, that's just like where we're talking about, like, if you're getting married to somebody, like, their baggage is your baggage. So you could make less money than me, that's fine, but don't bring more debt than me. You know, that's where it's like, I'm not going to pay your bills that way.
What is it do you think that these men want specifically in a woman? Like, what would make a guy, like, pick you or want to be with you if they're making this much money? Like, what are they looking for?
A wallflower, someone they can come home to and they're making dinner and they're draped in lingerie and just unrealistic wife, I guess.
Well, hold on. She can say that because I think her ranges were really reasonable, right? Was she the one that was like, I want a guy making like, did she say 100 to 250K ideal or whatever? I think it was okay. I think she had one of the more reasonable ranges.
Someone who takes the kids to school every day, someone who doesn't complain, and
she said she wanted a 50-50 household too, so okay.
yeah, I'm basically not that, is what I'm trying to get. So, folks, I'm screwed for that matter.
And what do you think those guys want? Like, the top 1% men, what are they looking for in women?
I mean, I hope it's just honesty and like loyalness, because that's the most hard, I guess, like personality trait to find nowadays. And it's, I think, what should be the most important. So I hope that's what they're looking for. Honestly, though, it's probably fake ass and big titties, which is cool. I turn my head too, but it's just, I don't think they're as realistic as they should be. I mean, they say the same about us, so.
So you think men are unrealistic about maybe what they're looking for too?
Or they're not as, well, not that they're unrealistic, but that there's such a painted picture of like what this woman should look like based on all these women on social media with Facetune and Photoshop and this, that, and the other, that it goes.
Loyalty hard to find in men. Is that true in their world? If a gun was put to my head, I had to guess who cheats more, wealthy men or poorer men. Oh shit. That would be really hard. Because I can think of reasons why both classes would be more likely to cheat or less likely to cheat. So I'd say on one end, I'd say wealthier men are more likely to cheat because they usually have more access. It's easier to attract a woman when you're wealthier. You've probably got a bit more free time. You're probably working more lucrative careers. You might have like a secretary, shit like that. So I'd say wealthy men have a lot more opportunity in that way. But then I'd also say they're probably less likely to cheat because the consequences are really huge, right? Like they probably are more likely to have families, probably more likely to destroy their social circles, right? Like infidelity and everything. If you've got like a guy who's married and they've got like a group of friends and they're in a wealthy community and the guy cheats on his wife, looks really bad, especially if it's with like a really young girl or something. That's gonna reflect really poorly in your group of friends. So I'd say there's pressure. I'd say there's pressure both ways. And then divorce and stuff can fucking ruin these guys' lives as well. I don't know if they're fucking that. So I'd say there's like pressure on both sides there. When I look at poorer men, I would say on one end, in some ways, they have less of an opportunity to cheat because they don't have the wealthy careers that give them all the options. But if you're working a job as a poor guy and you're not working with your significant other, then actually the means to cheat is really high. If you're working at like a fucking like restaurant or some shit and you're like a male server or a cook, it's really easy to fuck other servers or fuck other cooks. It's gonna be servers probably because cooks usually are guys. And those girls won't give a fuck, or guys won't give a fuck if you're cheating on your partner. Like another server at like Applebee's or some shit, like you guys can fuck in the parking lot after work and nobody will care. So I can see the pressure on both ends for both. So I don't know. I would be so curious. Who cheats more, wealthier people or poor people? I'm not sure. Looks like the discrepancy is more about the difference in income than income bracket. Maybe, I don't know. Curious relationship between how much married people make and how likely they are to cheat. The odds of infidelity. Based on the percentage of household income contributed by wife. This graph says that men are less likely to cheat as the wife contributes more until you hit 50-50, then men are more likely to cheat, up to 15% if the wife is contributing 100% of the household income. Oh wait, is this the man cheating or the woman cheating? Husbands and wives are less likely to cheat when they're both contributing equally to the house's in earnings. Oh, interesting. This is for men and women. Huh. Interesting.
It's both ways.
But do you think since they're like the top 1% of men, they feel like they can be more picky about that kind of stuff?
100% that they can be a little bit more choosy. I mean, I think core values should always be present. You should always have standards for that. But if it's like aesthetics and looks, those 1%ers probably feel, they don't have to talk to you if they don't want to.
Mm-hmm. And do you think women have unrealistic expectations too about men?
Yeah, absolutely.
Specifically, like in the money category that we're talking about.
Yes,
like,
I mean,
I just asked you to paint, a picture, and it's like a $3 million nest egg with a car. So, like, what are your thoughts after hearing the statistics? Like, does that still seem realistic to you, or do you think it's maybe a little?
I mean, it seems realistic to myself because I know what I'm gonna get, and I really don't need the support of a guy like that. Like, I'm looking for another pilot. You know what I mean? I don't need a co-pilot. So. It just depends on the type of person that you surround yourself with. So I think anything could be realistic. You just have to work for it.
What are these guys looking for in women? Like, what do you think they want in a woman?
So that's why I feel this is the catch with dating someone that's making a significant amount of money. Even though they can provide the lifestyle that I, in a perfect world, ideally would love to have, this is a person that has access to so many more things than the average person has. So I might not be enough for this person's curiosities, you know, and that would make me very insecure in a relationship. It would make me, if I was making significantly less than a partner, it would make me feel insecure, like I wasn't on the same level as them. And not that I'm trying to like be the, you know, super equal with my partner, because I can be submissive in some areas. I feel like that would just, I couldn't maintain a relationship with a person.
Like you would think maybe that they were looking elsewhere.
I think that men that make this much money just want a woman that's really easygoing, really laid back, probably doesn't have much of an opinion that's different from their own. I'll never be that woman. I'll always argue, you know, a difference of opinions because it's fun to me. So I feel like they want a woman that they can be very, what is the word, like dominant over, like they're gonna be calling the shots. These are all negative things.
Would you be willing to make any changes or compromises to the things that you want based off of hearing the statistics, like the house, how many kids, cars, vacations, you know, living in your nice neighborhood? Like what compromises would you make? Or would you not be willing to make any compromises and this is just the life that you want? End all be all.
I just think at this stage in my life, because I'm 24 and I've dated a few guys, and that's still a goal of mine. Maybe if I was like 30 and, you know, my fertility clock was ticking and I needed to make some
Jesus
compromises
Christ.
to kind of like settle down with somebody, then I would probably be able to do that. But as of right now, that is still a goal of mine, and I think that it's achievable. Because I think that you can live that life with $300,000. Probably not $100,000, but $300,000 probably.
It's very different when you're expecting someone else to do it for you versus like, I'm gonna do it myself.
Right.
And then, you know, whoever I'm with will hopefully have a similar mindset and be able to like work towards it with me, and we can
Right.
kind of tackle it together.
Right. Yeah, it's like if you have 20K and I have 20K, like we can get so much more done as opposed to myself or
Right.
yourself or me just demanding that you have that. It would never work for me.
Yeah, no, I'm not too fixated on the salary. I still want to be comfortable and hopefully have some of the things that I wasn't able to have, you know, go on trips and have kids and have them well taken care of. So whatever that means. It's a cliche saying, but like my best friend growing up, she came from a family of 8, also a blended family like mine, and her mom always said, you always make things work. So I'm like actually not even worried about it, because I think if you just think that I'm gonna make it work, we're gonna make it work.
And overall, just to round out this video, would you say that you're surprised by the statistics I showed you, like the median income of the 31-year-old only being, let me look really quick, $45,000?
Oh yeah, I'm shocked. But then again, like I understand it now that I think back of like different conversations I've had with people, different dates that I've went on. I'm like, that does make a lot of sense. But at the same time, it's also kind of nerve-wracking, because if I'm thinking like, you know, back in the day, like if you would have thought like in high school, like, hey, you know, once I'm 30, you know, everyone thought like, oh, at least for girls, like we're gonna be married, you know, we're gonna have kids, we're gonna be living in this big house. And that's not even like the standard of living currently, or even like the average. So yeah, like that's insane to think about.
Yeah, it's crazy when you have an idea of what you want, but you don't really know what it is you're asking for.
Yeah, you don't know the true value of things until like you're currently experiencing it.
I think just surprised, honestly, because I wouldn't have guessed that. So it's good to know what is more realistic.
I'm definitely shocked, to say the least, especially for me picking 27. I wonder if maybe I would have picked a little bit of an older age, but it just wasn't ideal for where they would be at. But you said people don't even eclipse over 61,000. 65,000 over their life. That's just like,
For the median, yeah.
yeah, for the average of people, it's interesting. So, I mean, I guess it really just depends on what you do for a living. It was a huge takeaway for me. I would have never guessed that number.
Yeah, because even if you go to 30, it's 45,000. 35, 52,000.
Wow.
And when you're a woman who's making, you know, a good amount yourself, it's like you don't even think about a man making less than you. I think is the mindset that a lot of women have.
I don't know, for myself, because I at a young age just figured out like the type of people to be around and how to invest and turn more money into money and things of that nature. So to know that
This girl
a lot
comes
of
from
people
money.
work really hard and never get there is like sad.
This girl comes from money.
Because I don't care if my man makes
1,000,000%.
less money than me. Like, bitch, I'll pay for the trip to Bora Bora, but like, just be cool. So yeah, that's interesting to know that. Do you feel like a lot of women nowadays are like, I demand this? Like,
Yeah, I do, and I think a lot of it has to do with social media.
yeah, me too.
Just really painting an unrealistic picture of
So
what
this woman does have kind of an agenda. I say that like she's got like a point of view that she's trying to get across in these videos. Notice how she always uses the same women too. That's interesting. Okay.
we should be looking for in a partner. And also just like, if a guy's 25 years old, he's not going to be making $250K.
You know?
Like it takes a long time to make money.
100%.
And I think people who don't grind and work themselves or come from a
the time.
background where they had to like really work for money or understand the value of a dollar, they don't understand how hard you have to work to make money.
Sure.
And some people, you know, they
Oh,
work
she's
their
throwing
butt off
shade.
and they never make that much money.
I'm gonna have to accept a man that makes $60,000. And honestly, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like they'd be a lot better, for one, but for two, a man that's gonna come home and not cheat on me.
So were you shocked by the median income of a 32-year-old?
Yeah, that's just insane.
My conclusion is that these questions that you asked me are very important factors in, you know, having a relationship with someone and having a happy, comfortable marriage, having realistic expectations in your life and with a partner, you know, or being in a situation where you're settling, you know, with a partner. It just brings up all those different things. I guess my takeaway from this is that I probably should be studying, you know, different jobs that these men can have because I need to change. Maybe if I really want to find my ideal husband, I need to change, you know, what rooms I'm showing up in.
All right, guys, that is all I have for this video. If you liked it or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you like this style video and want me to continue bringing women on my channel, let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know what questions and topics and different things you would like.
Are these all like red pill bait questions? Masculine habits that make men irresistible. The best questions to ask women. Oh, it is. This is like a channel for men. The presentation is like quite feminine, like the music and the interview style, whatever. I thought this was like a channel like for women or whatever, but it's not. It's a channel for men. It's red pill adjacent. Oh, maybe. I don't know if she's red pill or not, but grooming and hygiene tips for men. Women always notice this.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and it's been some time since I've done a grooming video, so I figured it was time to do a little refresh. In this video, I'm going to be going over the most important grooming and hygiene tips for men that you're probably neglecting, and from a woman's perspective, we're noticing. Also, to make it extra easy for you guys, everything I've mentioned in this video will be linked down in my description. Number one, we have scheduled maintenance. Let me explain. For all my car guys out there, you wouldn't dare miss a scheduled maintenance appointment for your beloved vehicle. So why on earth would you miss one for yourself? Show yourself some TLC and treat yourself like you would your dream car. You are the dream car. Become a regular at your barber shop to start. Go in for those routine haircuts and make it a part of your schedule. A fresh haircut works absolute wonders and keeps you looking sharp. If you're a guy with shorter hair, you know when your hair starts to grow out a little bit, you get the stragglers down on your neck, you get the things going on everywhere. It just doesn't look clean or tidy or trimmed up. And when you go in for those routine appointments, you keep yourself looking fresh and sharp, which is always a good thing. But I will mention, I'm talking everywhere, not just your head. Keep things trim and tidy. Use your imagination here, gentlemen. I'll be discussing this more in depth later in the video, so make sure you stick around until the very end. Also, 70% of you are not subscribed to my channel, so what the heck are you doing? Hit that subscribe button and like this video while you're at it. Number 2, we have the tried and true skincare routine. I mention this time and time again, and that is for a good reason. This one is especially important as we enter the colder months. If you're a guy who does not live somewhere cold and you live somewhere warm, don't rub it in. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. Taking care of your skin is important, and the better you are about it now, the better you'll look in years to come. A skincare routine can make you look more awake and more refreshed, which is why I am so crazy about having one. And I personally highly recommend Apricus Skincare. This is a super easy 3-step routine with everything I recommend starting with. First, to start, we have the face wash. You're gonna use this morning and night. This will not dry out your skin, which is perfect for these colder winter months. You all need to be using a cleanser, trust me. Next, we have the exfoliating scrub here that you should be using 2 to 3 times a week. This is going to scrub away all that dead, flaky skin and make your skin appear brighter and healthy instead of dry and dull. It also helps unclog your pores and makes your skin feel smoother and not over-irritated. After you use this exfoliating scrub, you will quite literally never go back to a life without one. And step number 3 is the moisturizer that you will also use morning and night after you've cleansed and exfoliated. This will leave you with noticeably smoother and softer skin. It's also a non-greasy or shiny finish, which is great for all my oily guys out there. I have said to you guys so many times that girls love when guys take care of their skin. It makes you stand out in the best way because so many guys are not doing it. So absolutely no more excuses as to why you don't have a skincare routine. This is so convenient and simple to use, and if you forget how to use it, it tells you exactly how to on the back of the bottle. So if you don't have a routine yet, this comes with everything you need to start. You can click the link down in my description box. Point number 3 is to scrub your body. Some of you are really out here getting in the shower and considering yourself clean after just letting the water hit you. It's not enough. I can smell you from here. All jokes aside, water is not enough. You absolutely need to be using some type of soap. And I would also strongly recommend using some sort of tool to scrub your body that will do a heck of a lot more than your hands do. I personally have a silicone body scrubber because a loofah holds a lot of bacteria.
Okay, you don't need any fucking scrubber shit. But yeah, like if you just let water run over you and you think that's enough, you're fucking disgusting. Okay, don't do that shit.
Same deal with a washcloth, and it just freaks me out. So do what is best for you, but for everyone's sake around you, use soap. Number 4 is a tongue scraper and overall dental hygiene. You're never fully dressed without a smile, they say, so make it a good one. Dental hygiene is important for health reasons. Obviously, I feel like I don't even need to mention that, but also aesthetic ones. Brush your teeth, going back to the very basics here. Don't forget to do that. Also, I would recommend an electric toothbrush. I have found that my teeth feel a lot better and look a lot better ever since I switched to an electric toothbrush instead of just a regular one. Don't forget to floss every day. And also, something that a lot of people don't do, I personally have been doing this since high school. It's always been second nature to me, but every time I bring it up to people, they're like, huh? Use a tongue scraper. I personally don't know anyone else who uses one of these, which is actually shocking. No wonder so many of you are out here with stanky breath. And I will tell you the benefit.
Okay, this is like a lay Reddit tip that gets posted all the fucking time, and I know there are people in chat that are about to spam true. I don't think this shit fucking matters, okay? Brush your teeth, the top, the back, and the front like a normal fucking human being. If you want to brush your tongue, do that, but you don't need to buy these fucking like tongue scrapers and all this shit. I don't think it fucking does anything. People will use one once like, oh my god, look at this stuff that can make, yeah, stuff accumulates in your mouth all the fucking time, okay? If your breath and everything smells horrible, it's not because you're not using some fucking tongue scraper, the bag of shit, it's because you suck at brushing your fucking teeth.
Benefits of this if you don't believe me. Cleaning your tongue is important to keep that bad bacteria as well as food debris and dead cells that may accumulate there from causing trouble. It can improve your sense of taste and get rid of bad breath. Basically, after you're done brushing your teeth, you just stick your tongue out, scrape your tongue. When you see what comes off of your tongue, you will thank me.
God.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh
my next
God.
step is to please don't forget deodorant. And I wanted to share this one with all of you guys because I recently swapped to a natural deodorant, which in the past I used one that absolutely didn't work and actually made me sweat. I'm not a sweaty gal, but it made me sweat and made me smell not so hot, all right? So I was so excited to find one that actually worked and wanted to share it with all of you. I truly feel like I have found a treasure because, like I mentioned, I've never been able to find a natural deodorant without aluminum that works. And the reason why I'm telling all of you this is because I go to a pretty hardcore gym, all right? It's full of very masculine, lifting guys that just really, they do a great job. But a lot of them forget to put deodorant on, all right? And I can smell it. I've had to hold my breath during sets before. And you know, I'm totally all about getting your workout in, not caring what you look like necessarily. You're there to work out. But please, don't forget to use deodorant. So you're great, love ya, but you need to be using deodorant. My next tip here, number 6, is to keep things tidy. I'm talking about your nails, your rogue nose hairs, your southern regions, all of the above. Little things like this that you think us women don't notice, we do. And
this is my inner gay man talking or whatever. This is true for guys and girls. I would rather eat shit out of somebody's asshole than have somebody touch me with dirty nails. I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's like an inner autistic thing for me that comes out, but holy fucking shit. Don't have nasty fucking dirty dirt under your nails. It is the grossest thing in the world. Do not fucking do that. God, don't do that. I don't know, like, people, if they just don't think about it or what, but oh my fucking God. Ugh. Guys, if you do this, people notice, okay? Everybody notices if you have like dirt underneath your fingernails. In my personal experience, I think hands are probably one of the things. It seems really weird, but I feel like women notice hands more than almost any other part of your body. So like do like a decent amount of like taking care of them. If you bite your nails, don't do that anymore. If your nails are dirty all the time, don't do that anymore. But yeah, I think women tend to notice hands way, way, way more than most people think.
even if we don't notice it, you should be doing these things anyway. So let's start from the beginning here. Long fingernails on guys, they freak me out. I know so many other women feel the same way. I've had men comment that you need long nails to play guitar, but then I've had other men who play guitar comment and say that's a myth and you don't actually need long nails. So I don't know what you guys are doing, whatever your hobbies are. If you need a certain thing, you know, that's all up to you. You do what's best for you, but I will just tell you from a woman's perspective, and even if you don't care about a woman's perspective, okay? Long nails, they attract dirt and debris. My nails are long and it freaks me out, but it's especially freaky to me on men. Maybe that is a little bit double standard-ish of me, and I realize that, but I personally just don't like long nails on a guy, and I know so many other women feel that way too. But more importantly than just that, it attracts dirt and germs and bacteria. It looks a little cruddy. If you're gonna be intimate with women, you wanna be making sure you're trimming your nails. Do what you will with that information. But yes, from a woman's perspective, please trim your nails. Regarding the rogue nose hairs, when you're leaning in to kiss us, it goes a lot smoother if your lips touch me before your nose hairs do. And in terms of your southern regions, you don't need to look like a naked mole rat down there, all right? It's all right. Just keep it trim and tidy like you would your face. If you're a guy with a beard, that might not be equivalent for you, but you know what I mean. The lady in your life, if you have one, will notice and will appreciate this. A lot of us ladies shave or wax or get laser treatments from basically head to toe, so you guys can make a little bit of a compromise here. And lastly, number 7 is a signature scent. A signature scent and a fragrance in general is the icing on the cake to a well-groomed and well-dressed man. Finding your signature scent is a great way to stand out, as fragrance is a way to create an experience and
I don't know anything about perfumes or cologne, so.
Leave a lasting impression. If you smell as great as you look, she'll be going in for that hug on the regular. And remember, the fragrance doesn't make the man makes the fragrance. If you need any fragrance recommendations, I have an entire fragrance channel here on YouTube. I also frequently post about fragrances over on my Instagram account, and I'm the new girl in town over on TikTok, and I have been posting some fragrance videos over there as well, so be sure to give me a follow if you haven't already. All right, guys, that is all I have for 7 grooming and hygiene tips for men that women notice. Again, putting the women aspect aside here, I, try to give a woman's perspective on my channel since I am indeed a woman. I don't know what any of the things on this list are like from a man's point of view necessarily, but I can give you a woman's point of view. If you don't care about that, that's totally fine. But I think at the end of the day, being well-groomed and taking care of yourself makes you feel more confident, it boosts your self-esteem, and helps in every area of your life, your romantic one included. If you liked this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well, and TikTok, as I mentioned earlier in the video. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll...
Wow, cute.